Hi, my name is Naveria and I welcome you back to Kentucky Route Zero. Today we are going to start act number 4. It's not the final act, but so far it's the last one that is available. I believe this game was act number 1 came out in 2013, so yeah, it's taken its time to develop, but since this game is so great, I hope that they take any time they need to finish it properly, because yeah, I would hate if they spoil the end. Though what I would hate even more is if final act will never come out, but I really hope it's not going to be the case. Yeah, let's start act number 4. Oh, it's mechanical. I thought it was an actual mammoth. Okay, manual 5.4, context backlash. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, I was thinking, why the hell my controller doesn't work? It's because I didn't connect it. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. Will. So I guess this guy is Will? I don't think it's helpful. Table of contents. Introduction. Installation. Orientations. Order of operations. 4 is order, and 3 the passage of time. Something is wrong there. 5 gestures. Final notes. Hey! Junebug? Or was it Summerbug? It's her, isn't it? Because I wouldn't even recognize her, but I remember she makes this sound when she's walking, but to be honest, is it really her? He throws the manual into the river. Ah, so this thing is maybe throwing it out is not a good idea. Back to front? Must be missing a page or something. My savior, our friends here, is in a bad way. Any insight? Junebug, that's her name. Okay. Time to put that mammoth out of pasture, Will. So, wait, Will is it her partner? Because I don't remember his name. I think I try to stay clear of high voltage these days. I don't at all blame you, especially down here on the water, I mean. Sure, it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. She lives? Who? And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? Nah, I guess it's not her partner. It's someone. I just don't remember his name. Tagging along, I guess? Huh. That doesn't sound like you. We dragged some folks to a show, just returning the favor. What does that mean? Yeah, let's just say this. I'm sure your new friends appreciate the company. It's no shame to be lonesome. We picked you up at the bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the zero. Have you been there? The zero? Oh, no, not me. This old river-red street's clear of weird highways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people, and some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. Me too. The Maki Mammoth. Maki? Will? Kate? Wait, what is Kate? Hmm? Wait. Is this your name? But Kate is not written like this. It's not spelled like this. Hey, the doggy. Is it yours? It doesn't look like blue. How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought you saw I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know. Hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. Babe, a lead cap then. It's in a little green box with a drawing of a moth on it. There's a jar of Maytake under the table, keeping cool and dark. Get a solid fingerful and let it steep with slippery elm 30 seconds. Then throw it out the window. What are all those for? Eye strain. Bay bullet cap masks the taste of the rest of it. Slippery elm in the particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. How's the water looking tonight? Don't you see it yourself? Seems like pretty calm, I think. Is that your dog? Yeah. That your dog? The echo is dicey tonight. Bad luck for you. Except waves and diversions, Dogwood Drive is by the Silo Mail stop, but we may need to spend some time on the indirect route. You have no idea how much time I've spent on that indirect route before we hit your stop, okay? And there's other business, mail to drop off, garbage to pick up, and a few favors to execute, all dotted on the riverbanks from here to there. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities, fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. Video room? There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual, I mean. Weird. Watch out the VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What's wrong with this? I guess I could take a look, but maybe I shouldn't. What kind of weird tapes? That's more something I'm more interested in. There's one with this woman. She's just like standing there talking, but you can't really hear her. And there's this awful hum. See for yourself, it's down there somewhere. Hey, do me a favor, go ask Will how the repairs are going, and if he needs anything. We're coming up on the next stop here, just refueling and picking up a few things. I could grab a bolt or some wire or something, whatever he needs. Well, eyes on the road. Will is just right there on the other side of this ferry. You could probably just go talk to him yourself. But I guess I'll go talk to him myself. Looking at the water as she walks. Seriously. I was curious how they are gonna explain that mammoth in the end of the previous act. But making it a mechanical really kinda also reminds me of Siberia. Singing quietly. Okay, I'm not gonna sing. For we on mold and whiskey fat and... Oh! Wet gears. Wet gears? Oh, you mean the mammoth. Probably. Probably. Who knows? First thing I tried anyway. Down here by this little blue box, I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand. And then I loaded them back in again. I took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing that sparking, clanking, whipping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend, you know how it is, don't you? Kate was asking if you needed anything when we stopped. Hell, I don't know. Scratch ticket. I think she meant like parts. Ah, I would know if I did. I don't care about his story, but how do you know each other? So, ever walked through rolling farmland? Rolling farmland? Just drove, I guess. Right, nobody does it. Unless it's their land to farm. I mean, they'll walk from barn to tractor or tractor to truck, you know? Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted and tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm classically trained? Hey, the boy. Classically trained organist? What's that? It's true. Look at these long fingers. Ah, it's a musical instrument, okay. And paddle gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Artaud to Zola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for something important or tragic. Just a tragedy. I ended up by the shore and I soon was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground then. It doesn't anymore, but I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate brings me along and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with the maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Well, I'll just keep drawing gears, I guess. I want to see that bizarre videotapes. Ezra runs up to Shannon. He already did it like 5 minutes ago. But I took my time reading what Will was saying. Whoa, slow down. It's slippery on the deck. Do you have batteries? Yeah, of course. What for? Are you always carrying batteries? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well, Shannon searches her pockets. Here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of these should fit. Thank you. Okay. Oh, blue is right there. Blue and aqua should be... Oh, I'm playing as a boy now. You got your batteries, small man. Go get you some tape. Is that where I want to go? I don't really know. This is insane. Oh. You know what? This looks creepy. I mean, musicians. Isn't it Junebug? And her friend, probably. They have strange color of the skin, if you ask me. She didn't have that color before. Johnny. That's the name of her partner, okay. To Junebug. Really? You were entranced. You don't remember this? Clara? It's okay. We've all seen a lot of concerts. Serrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So you hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen for the better, I mean. Are you playing the concert tonight? Yeah, Clara here came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Haha, it's a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Nashville and then Atlanta and then over the coast. Brutal. Well, we're lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once and I remember loving it, and Johnny was moved. Speaking of Cyrano, it's his night at the rum colony. Kate said she usually stops over there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. 3 hours? Just fast at the rum colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. To Ezra. Hey. Why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. Cat? I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. Cat? Is there a cat? Oh, I didn't even see it. There is one. Cat doesn't even make any sounds. You just recording the silence? Hey, am I supposed... Oh? It did say something. I waited for too long, I think. Oh, now I'm playing as... the man? Suddenly? Okay. Hey. How you doing? Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, now I'm playing as a woman. Probably because there's an option to talk to Conway. No? I'm confused now. You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came up here. Neither can I. Fresh air? I guess this. Damned noisy river. It's just that thing about... What was it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something and as soon as you pass from one room into another, you forget what you wanted. Yeah, happens quite often with me. You have to walk back out just to remember, like you've left a part of your brain behind. Hey, I wonder if I could follow that breadcrumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Cranes his neck over the railing. Looks cold down there and dark. You weren't in the cabin long. Get any sleep? You found beer? Yeah. Where did you find beer? I want too. I just rested my eyes for a minute. Every little bit helps, right? It does look cold, doesn't it? Yeah, better keep that kind kid away from the edge. A person could easily fall in. He's been exploring. Should I be worried? I'm fine. I was talking about Ezra. It's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Only one? Why? I thought you didn't drink. Well, I didn't. I mean, I did, and then I didn't. And then I did again. That's how it always goes. I drift out, finally wind up back at the Lizette's, with my head between my legs, saying, never again. 15 months this last time. I think I hung on because I knew there wouldn't be for much longer be anywhere to go. I think I just read it wrong. I think I hung on because I knew there wouldn't be for much longer. There wouldn't for much longer be anywhere to go back to. She went to live with her sister now, and she probably won't remember me for long anyway. One time she picked me up out in a ditch by the road, blackout drunk at dawn. I came around later that night. She's taken care of me. I told her I didn't deserve it, and she said I didn't have to deserve it. We should all have someone like that. I don't know. I don't think we really deserve it. Just like he said. So you'll go to distillery instead? I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. Yeah. To be honest, I don't think it's easy to prepare for your death. I mean, sometimes it's really just happening suddenly, and you have no choice to prepare for anything. I'm sure I talk too much, everyone on this river does. The problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half of the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to have been a photographer. She said, "You have an uncanny way of having been in a place at the time the thing happened there, and that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway." Nice of her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know just about every story on this river. Most of them I've picked up second, third, or fourth hand, and so on. Listening? See? Now I know what you're gonna ask. So, I'm gonna answer it yes. I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brutal facts of experience. No, that's absolutely wrong. It's like everyone is adding more and more lies, which maybe not like purposely lies, but maybe they're adding their own thoughts about the story, and eventually it turns into something absolutely else. Not how it was actually happening. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop drew up a batch of white lightning on the raft, or anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night, when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mall drawn by the silo of light reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, a pair of traveling musicians whom I often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. Don't call it like that, it's my Blue. We docked at the gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Hey. Ezra stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Ezra followed June back and Johnny into the gas station. Should we? Yeah, I think it's safer if he goes with us. We cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. The station moves around? Sure, it's not anchored or anything. It could be anywhere up and down the Echo. That's not... I don't think that's how the gas station's supposed to be. I mean, if you're running low on gas, you should know exactly where the gas station. You just kind of run into it when you need it, or hopefully a little before you need it. I usually stop here once a night, though to be honest, I'm not sure it's even the same one. Doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to who's behind the counter. It's kind of nice. Anyway, it's nice to see you too. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Watching Ezra sprint past. Look at him go. That kid has a lot of energy. Not old. All kids do. It's got to be past his bedtime or something, right? He's nocturnal. Yeah, it's probably. I mean, we should take care of him. I don't think he has a bedtime. Maverick? Is it? What's Maverick, actually? Sounds familiar. You don't have any of your own, I mean. No, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family. Who has the time? Yeah, sure. You've got to prioritize. So, how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage. Probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everyone headed to the lake here, where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river, not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus, it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into these little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there between the rocks. You have never seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it. They'll all be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water into it. Oh, come on, really? I bet we're gonna see it. Hey, are you two headed out this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Asher with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck and she'll just bring them back to you. Johnny, yeah. No room on the bike for a dog, Cricket. Well, he probably could hold it on his hands. I guess we don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move. It does seem that way. So, I should get back aboard. No rush. I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Headed into the station? Waterlogged? Picking a snack for Johnny. She doesn't let you pick out your own snacks. Oh, okay. I thought I wanted to take care of him, but no. It's okay. It's for the best. I get a little overwhelmed by all these shelves of candy. Overwhelmed? Well, I don't. I just would want everything of that shelf. Too much of a good thing. Hey, while you're in there, could you remind the gas station attendant that this fuel is on my tab? Charge to the Mucky Mammoth. Oh, and we'll want it. Hey, there's a... What is that? Hi there. And we'll want it a scratch ticket. Thanks. I think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, ma'am. Huh? This is the same song, isn't it? From the previous part. Maybe not, but it just sounds familiar. Looking for crystals? Crystals? What? Scratch ticket. What kind? Grassy field. Sudoku puzzle, please. Sudokash? It's a little complicated, but I had a guy in here who won $10 off one just last week. Anything else? Snacks. Sure, we have snacks. We have... How about some jerky? It's homemade. Not by me. You work on the mammoth? I can add it to your tab. You know the tugboat the Captain Kate said I'd have to remind you. Sure. They are here every night. It's okay, I have one of those faces. Forgettable. I wouldn't say that. It's okay. I've learned to accept it. In fact, I've learned to cherish it. There is dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in the city, I mean a real city, Cleveland, Ohio. I had some family money then, and I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels. In daylight, I walked wherever the people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, the money ran out, and I dispersed with the rest of them. I took my duties with me here to Lake Lethe and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? I guess not really like this, because, I mean, she's a musician. She probably kind of looks for attention, but it doesn't seem like working too much because, you know, in that concert they were giving, there were only 3 people and we were drugged in by themselves. But yeah, still, I don't think so. I don't think I don't think she thinks she's blending in. I'm not so easy to forget. And not so easy to forget, I'd say. I see now that you're right. Well, that's yours to bear then. Snacks are in the bag there. Norm? What's Norm? Junebag serves a row of chocolates, licorices, cheese crackers, dehydrated, bleached, reconstituted, and colorized. Attendant is a trip? Johnny seemed distant. Did he? A little preoccupied with the kid? Does he? Traveling with all these people might be like sensory overload for him. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. When there is a lot of people that I have to stay in one room with, I feel pretty damn tired. Maybe that's why I'm getting tired at work. There's not really much people in my office room where I'm working, but it's hard for me. I guess I'm not really people's person, so I can relate to that. Bag on the bottom shelf is decorated with cartoonish pictures of vegetables. Through the plastic window in the packaging, she can see puffed corn shaped and colored like carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli florets, and a few puffy white discs that might represent potatoes. It's always just been the two of us on the bike. Somewhere there is surely a preservative in case the rest of the process hasn't done enough to stop the flow of time. She turns the package over to examine the ingredients. Even supposing it was possible to take on another passenger long term. What? Don't get it. It may be best just to ask him what's on his mind. Why not? She turns the back over to look for the ingredients, but only finds a marketing blurb. Inspired by real vegetables. Did you think there was just real vegetables? Come on, girl. Norm. Oh, it's a person that... Oh, I can see it. To attendant. Shit, that floodwater washed you halfway up out to sea. I was looking for you down by New Königsberg. Same as usual, but it ain't nobody there. And the river's deep as an elephant's. Noticing Junebug. Oh, didn't see you there. Ma'am, pardon my language. What elephant? What elephant? Alright, you're no paper flower, I see that. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you, Loretta. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted? Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. Enchanted sounds pretty old-fashioned. Is that the kind of gal Loretta is? Yeah, you'll do fine with enchanted. I guess I don't know. But now I'm double embarrassed. Do I look like her? He must not know how she looks like if he confused you with her. You picked a funny place to meet. Yeah, this station is not even, it's on the move. You're probably right about that. I guess I thought it'd be like neutral territory and we both live on the river. It's not very romantic though, is it? I bet Loretta on the computer. I met. We met each other there. Or I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet. I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife. Excuse me, my ex. Or maybe I am her ex. You both are exes, okay? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then, there wasn't even such a thing as computers at all. I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I worked in textiles. So here I am. So what's your plan? Didn't work out with Greta? She left me! I'm sure I can't blame her. Why? Damn it all, I guess I probably missed her. I wonder if she'll agree to meet me again. What? Having such thoughts when you're about to have a date with another woman? I wouldn't if I thought I'd been stood up. Stood up? What's that? Can't say I would either. You're probably right. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all. Maybe she's just having a hard time finding this place. I'm out of your league? What? My card is full? Is that, does that mean he was hitting on her? Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up sort of autobiography for the computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now, do you think he could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. No. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Okay, here's how it goes. I didn't say yes. I didn't say I have time for this shit. I'm a good-natured man. Good-natured? What's that supposed to mean? Good-natured. Aren't we all good-natured? But spoiled later? Retired and spent most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of subterranean gas and that strange invisible wind that moans out of the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me. I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. No goofballs. What? Okay, what do you think? The thing about the wind is a little I think it was beautiful. Why mention your children? Well, I mean, since the children are already grown up and they live far away, he probably is not spending too much time with them. I don't think it's there's any point of mentioning them. I mean, when you get closer with a woman, you can definitely tell her, and yeah. But it's just there's no much. I mean, it would make sense if he was younger and he still had cared about children, even if he didn't live with them. Then sure, you have to read something like that in your profile, so you know, to not confuse women. And goofballs, what the hell? No, don't. Also, that goofballs thing, just no. Oh, I chose the wrong one. I just told him he'll be fine. I accidentally pressed it. I'm sorry. I really wanted him to know that he should delete 2 lines about goofballs and probably his children. He might mention that he is divorced. He probably doesn't need to write it down because there's probably an option to mention it in the profile anyway. So that would be enough. Okay. Well, alright then. Sounds like I'm ready to get back on that computer. Have a good night. Now that's left of it anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I just lied to you, but that was not intended. I think he's leaving too early. I mean, the girl might show up. I mean, this is just not the best place to meet with person. What do you think of that other dog we've got on board? Well, Val? I'm confused. I thought the dog's name was Echo. Maybe it was a boat? Is it the man leaving the place? Bye. Yeah, what do you think of that other dog? Blue came along with that old man drinking up all your beer. A little worried about? Good thing he seems to be traveling with friends. I don't know. He should be okay. I mean, so far we played and he was just a man. He's alright though, hopefully. So, sidecar? So, would you like to ride with us for a day? I guess you'd miss Kate, even just for a day. What? It's settled anyway? Maybe you can still talk her into it. Hey Johnny, didn't I want to talk to you? I think I did. Sorry, Cricket, nothing good on offer. Not even those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I didn't look. It's okay. I'll go check. Wish me luck. Don't take too long. Good luck. Playing as Johnny now? He makes that sound walking around too. They're not humans? Do you carry those little gummy pomegranate? Yeah. I had 3 boxes at the beginning of this week and they're all gone. Can't keep them on the shelves. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Where are you headed? Just following, well, helping some new friends make a delivery, or along for the ride anyway. Well, even if you are not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, a passenger contributes to a journey too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Do you ever get lonely here? Yes, I do. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Oh. L. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Huh? Suit yourself. I should take a page out of your book? What? What's that supposed to mean? I can help it every time I step onto that boat alone. I think this could be the very last time, and then every time I come ashore, back among people, I think. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Why get on the boat in the first place? It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight particularly so. It's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. 5 years and some days ago, I set out on the Echo River alone, and so I thought at the time. I was looking for a nice flow. Flow? They are occasionally rumored to travel our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where. Who knows why? It's a mystery. It's a tragedy. I'm sorry. I still have in memory about Unavowed. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now I always carry 3 or 4 spares. I'll never catch. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when that lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. Oh my god, that's my nightmare because I am afraid of darkness. I probably died there of a heart attack. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave wall, trying to keep my bearings as best I could and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who knew his way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak, so I took my hand down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, when I reached back out, I couldn't find that cave wall anymore, or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy, totally adrift, and it was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I skimmed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally I came to accept my fate, lost at sea, and this phase, I think, would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damned apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably an unappetizing brown. No, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. Couldn't have been a moment later, or I would have eaten it. My last apple was infested by a damned fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it and put an end to our little food chain suicide pact. But I waited, out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? That's disgusting. Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies. Oh, sorry. No other flies out there on the boat, and never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world. I mean, no flies culture, no fly society, no fly history, a true orphan. Are you okay? I started to get depressed just thinking about it all. Worked out a thick tear, I'm not ashamed to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye, right on that salty teardrop, and then blinding glory. His ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy, that was a damn lightning bug. What? That is... What? Okay. So that's how come I'm here today with you folks, only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim light rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. Are you kidding me? There would be definitely not enough light for you to see anything. This is insane. Yeah, glory. Did I even buy anything? Did my Johnny talk your ear off out here? My Johnny? I like it. I suspect there are some things he can only say to animals. Isn't there for any one of us? Different thoughts for different listeners. Maybe. I'd like to think he could say anything to me. That guy's a trip, the gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? I thought it was a girl. It's funny, he actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit. That frog you had. Oh, I like to think he was part of the family, you know. Oh. So, how does that gas station attendant remind you of a frog? Oh, I don't know, because he liked to talk, I guess. Wait, is Al the attendant? I thought there was only one attendant. Maybe we should pick up another one, a frog, or a cat, or an iguana, or something. Or maybe a third person to travel with. Nah. Feeling lonely? Not exactly. Not like that guy in the gas station. That guy lets the world wash over him, static like a rock. But you and me both, together, I mean, we're always moving, always changing. I think it's because we feel safe with each other, you know? Free. We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around. Just play. I'm not lonely, just curious with another person to play with. What else could we be? We can keep it in mind. Let's not rush into anything. Yeah, you're right about that, ma'am. No rush. Oh, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. It's about time. Feels like we've spent a whole night there. See that small brick building? It used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by a very skilled taxidermist whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, it didn't see nearly as much business. The old shop's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago, and the only trace of it now is the great frame of an old sign behind the new lettering, which now reads Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman. And then below smaller, no spaceman is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Some of the upholstery equipment is still there too, and still sees active use. Elise is the resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. Reclusive ex-convict? Let it be her aunt. Ida has very little to do with the day-to-day. She's busy with other endeavors, mostly the restaurant she and her husband run on Lake Leth. Sorry. Shannon retreated to the room to browse mounts with the other travelers ashore. Oh, I'm too curious about the TV room. Yeah. The Mucky Mammoth. Back to the mammoth. I thought I will see stuff. Search. The shelves are full of dusty tapes. Some have been relabeled several times, the stickers piling up thick on their spines. Funeral thing. An elderly couple sit on the folding chairs in the middle of a TV studio, undecorated except for a funeral lily in the thin blue vase on the table. The lights are a bit too dim to make out their features. She reads from the newspaper with unhurried efficiency. Gloria B. of Munfordville passed away on Monday at her residence. Survivors include her children, Dakota, Montana, Minnesota, and Bobby, all of Munfordville. A memorial service will be held at 7 p.m. Thursday and at Hatton Huffman Funeral Home in Munfordville, with cremation to follow. She never knew Gloria. He thinks he may have heard the same, wondering aloud if she ever worked at a cafe down there in Munfordville. Can't read this. What kind of name is this? The woman who ran that place was once called Gloria, or maybe still is. They take a call, someone who knew Gloria B. If not very well, the caller once installed a satellite dish at Gloria's house, a 900 square foot ranch-style home on 2 acres at the dead end, backed by weeds and pine. When the caller mounted the ladder up the Gloria's roof, she slid open her window and tugged urgently at his pant leg. He followed her gaze behind the house to 2 wild turkeys picking through the weeds. Gloria and the caller watched, silent and still, and the huge birds foraged obliviously into the trees. Then he installed the satellite dish. What? Okay. The cat is there. Huh? Art thing? What is this? That awful hum. It seems to start before Shannon even hits play. Then there's the familiar room. There are the blank gray walls marked with tape and school desks. And this time she notices a few more details. The murky carpet like standing water, some video equipment stashed in the corner, a row of lockers. And there's Weaver, looking serenely at the camera. As before, she starts speaking, and as before, there's no sound but that hum. Shannon finds Weaver's words coming back to her as they appear in captions on the screen. Weaver is on the video. Male, school, and these magnificent, tragic horses. Go underground as deep as you can go. The air is cool and the earth is damp. And when you close your eyes, you are surrounded by the dead. Remember where that is. You'll find your way from there. It was in the first chapter, wasn't it? I think this place is what you are looking for. Some of it will wash away soon, but I think you'll be happy there, here, even without the male school. The text repeats for a few minutes and Shannon stops the tape. I can continue now. There's probably no interest in these videos anyway. I thought we will actually see the video. That would be creepy because the description of it was so creepy. Hey, why did you stop? Huh? For some reason I was stuck there. Hey guys. Kate to Will. No, it was only a few notes. Slow and sad, like funeral music, you know. I don't remember it being sad. Just simple and unburdened. Maybe that's what funeral music sounds like to me, unburdened. Oh, hello! Kate and I were just trying to remember the Mammoth song. But neither of us have heard of it for years. We'll just find the mechanism. Found. In the mammoth's belly, hidden in gritty mudder fur. Ha! It's like a big music box, a slowly spitting cylinder covered in metal pins that pluck her dulcet guts and pump the bellows of her bowels. But some of the pins are rusted and worn away, easy to replace, and if we can ever remember what the notes were. Did I hear you browsing the archive next door? Find anything good? I guess I found something pretty unsettling. Oh dear. I don't even know what's on half of those tapes anymore. They used to all be movies and that kind of stuff. I like nature documentaries, especially. Some people left home movies or little art videos they'd made. It's like in The Ring. Maybe there's even a Ring tape there. But the damned VCR devours anything you leave in it. I left the tape there. It's gonna be ruined. It just switches into record mode at random, I think, and picks up whatever's coming in over the antenna. Of course, the only station we get down here is the web community television, you know. They've got that show with a gentleman playing banjo in his birthday suit. Huh? What? I'm sure you've seen it. No, and I don't think I want to. Oh yeah. And if there's no tape in the machine, when it tries to start recording, it makes this awful sound like putting a squeaky toy in the food processor. I can hear it above deck. Awful. That's why I put the sign up, please do not rewind after watching. At least that way nothing gets taped over anymore. I'm sure I can fix it, I guess. My hero. To Kate. We were talking earlier. She has an intuition for these things. Just experience, I guess. You should meet Dashiell. He did a lot of volunteer work for that WEVP in the early days, wiring up antennas and relays, stuff like that. I think you two would have a lot to talk about. He works at the telephone exchange. No, I'm afraid he's been let go. Oh yeah? That's odd. He still takes the ferry to work every day. I'm sure he's at the telephone exchange right now. In fact, I dropped him there a few hours ago. We're stopping at the telephone exchange again shortly to deliver their mail and pick up their trash. You should go ashore when we do. Ask for Dashiell. Do I need to? Okay. I rarely miss a chance to lounge on the beach around the rum colony, and I do enjoy a drink, though I don't find their signature liquor suits me. But this time I elected to stay aboard and shoot the breeze with Kate over some mineral water. Still, I heard reports. Ezra told me about dark corners. See? That beach is lit by the congregation of amber torches stuck in the sand. They mix the torch fuel with citronella oil. It keeps the bugs away, which keeps the bats away. But the light doesn't fall very far from the flame. The rest is shadows and sandy echoes. And that's the part Ezra wanted to tell me about. To run in the dark? It's creepy. He said he found a treasure. I knew better than to pry. Oh. If we're talking about the rum colony, I should tell you about Patch. He's the bartender, Patch. The general manager, creative director. I guess that means he books the music. He's pretty much run the place for the last 7 years. A lot of folks assume he owns it, but that is not the case. The rum colony is owned by a dead man named Vernon. Technically, it would be owned by the power company who once bought a sizable interest from Vernon as part of a state-sponsored investment program, but a clue in that arrangement requires them to keep their hands off the day-to-day and most the profits so long as Vernon walks this earth. The upshot of all this is that nobody came forth to identify the body. Patch is a good guy though, kind, trustworthy, and he mixes a strong Mai Tai? If that's your thing. I don't even know what it is. Well, I guess it's involving alcohol. Valkyrian blue lunch below. Vallis Valkyrie. Clara, Kate, and Di stopped to do some business by telephone, I guess. A phone. Would I play as a dog if I chose another option? I wonder. Conway. I guess we're gonna be here for a minute. Looks like they have a few calls to make. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's a good question. I just thought I'd stretch my legs, on a firm ground. I didn't realize this place would be floating on barrels. And it's so small. Like, what the hell? I just realized it. It's a... Wow. Really? How's it? Okay. Back when I was driving long hauls, that's the real big trucks. Now I sometimes wouldn't leave the cab, but to pump gas. I took my meals in there, I slept in there, I changed my socks in there, you know, the whole thing. Okay. So one time I was hauling a bunch of big spools. Telephone wire, I think, actually up from California into Washington state. You know where that is? It's way out on the map. It's kinda to the left of here, more or less. In between California and Washington, there's a place called Oregon, and you can't pump your own gas there. They have a guy who does it called a gas jockey, and you'd be better not even open your door, or they get all suspicious. What? I drove through California and into Washington, and I refueled in the middle in Oregon, and so I didn't set foot out of my truck for a whole day. When I came out of the cab, the ground rushed up like it missed me. It gave me a big old kiss right on the chin, right here. You fell? What I'm saying is, hell, I forget. What am I talking about? What's your step getting out of a truck? Exactly. Don't forget that. I don't say I never taught, and don't say I never taught you anything. Well, guess I'll head back aboard. Might see if I can find any of the good stuff stashed in the, maybe in the spice cabinet, maybe in the medicine. That's where it belongs. Hell, who am I talking to? Don't listen to me, Kate. I'll see you in a few. What? He just swam? What? What's going on? He swam. This game is so bizarre.
You have 23 new messages.
A bear. Is this a pet bear? Looks like apartment.
I remember going to a house in Aroostook County, Maine. I was 2. We were moving, and we were driving up in a white Nissan station wagon with faux wood paneling. And it was the first time that I'd seen the house that I was going to live in for the next 7 years.
Why? This is the first line that is ever voiced. Listens to the next message. Okay.
Being washed in the bathroom sink.
What?
I was just parking my car. I had to parallel park it. The street that I live on was full, but there was a... But it just got cold today for like the first time in a long time. So I had the heat on. And whenever you have the heat on in an old car, it definitely smells a certain way. It smells kind of like, it almost smells, you can like smell that it's hot, and you can feel it too, but the smell that it is like from the car itself, like from the engine, and there's been a lot of smoking going on in that car, so it's not exactly a pleasant smell, but it's definitely strong, and it's definitely there. And with the windows down, you can also smell that it's cold. So you get slowed, and that feeling together is super familiar if you've been in old cars a lot. Anyway, I was parking, and I had to go in and out about it like 3 times, but when I finally finished parking, it was like perfect. Both wheels against the curb, and that's when I had like the double memory. When I first learned how to drive, my mom taught me how to parallel park. She told me the story about her dad, who was a motorcycle cop, taught her how to parallel park. And every time she parallel parked, she would take out a dime, and if she could fit the dime between the wheel of her car and the curve of the street, then she had to do it again.
Wow.
She didn't do that for me, but every time that I got upset about having to do it again, she would tell me that at least I didn't have to be a dime distance away from the curb. I learned how to drive in the fall, and I got that snow a lot during that time. And I don't know when my mom learned to drive.
Okay, that was interesting, but what the hell is this?
Oh, probably going to school. I can't sleep because the trees are scraping against my window, and it reminds me of a tongue scraping against my skin.
Ugh.
What?
What?
I'm about to cross an ocean. I worry about my dog.
What?
Can't sleep anywhere near a place. The gas is sold. Not when it's being sold, when it's not being sold.
What the hell?
It's tough to hold on in this thing, but yeah, my hands are pretty damp. I remember the number 10 and a flashcard with a turkey on it. It had a yellow background. The frogs are too loud.
The frogs are too loud?
Not a whole lot. I guess I was walking. I was in a stroller in Treetop Park, Florida.
What are these messages anyway? Where did he call?
We were sent for. I keep hearing these noises whenever I close my eyes. It's like bells ringing. Like the bells aren't metal bells or ceramic bells. They're kind of bells like normally here. They're like weird. I can't even describe the material. It's just resonant. Just ringing resonant. And as soon as I open my eyes again, there's nothing.
Creepy as hell.
I remember driving across an old dirt road. My birthday was at the party at McDonald's in Hawaii. I got a toy that I didn't like. I broke it. Getting caught next to the jungle gym. I was crying for that. Mom took truck rallies at it. My parents. Seriously?
Yes, seriously. I'm still going on.
Whether I wear boots or sneakers, my feet always feel damp. Cold and damp.
Well, I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me why I can't sleep. It seems like it's been a long time, and it seems like it's been it just I
Oh, there's actually an end. We nailed it. Shannon to Ezra. Don't you go diving in too? It's actually really cold and kind of dangerous. Did he say where he was going? He's looking for the good stuff? He went to get some medicine, I guess? Oh, maybe his leg is still bothering him or an early hangover. I'll have to tell him I have some more painkillers in the truck. So, any important messages? Every single one. What the hell were these messages? I'm sorry. I need to sit comfortably, and this chair is making too much noise. Where are you headed tonight, small man? Following my friends, I guess. Is this young woman your friend? We met Ezra earlier tonight, and he's been very helpful. I'm hoping we can return the favor once we get back above ground. Poor kid was sleeping at the bus station and just lost track of his folks. He'll be alright. He's more at home down here than any of us. Trust me, I have an eye for it. Okay. Summer. Is she pregnant? Kate, thanks for calling. How are you feeling? Pregnant. Okay. I couldn't get settled in bed, so I was just watching TV, some cooking show about high concept junk food, and everyone from my school chemistry class was there making cupcakes out of old bicycle parts. Is that your dream? I think I might have dozed off a bit, actually. Honestly, this baby can come out whenever he wants. I'm completely over it. Don't rush it. That's what Eric says. I guess it will happen when it happens. I mean, obviously it... Whoa. God, the phones down here are such a mess. Hey, Kate, I really appreciate you checking in. I have your pager number, and so does Eric. Just in case I'm too distracted or whatever. I'll let you go. I should try to eat something. Reishi will help with your joint pain? What is that? What is reishi? Okay, thanks. Maybe it will I will just chew on some ice. Ice? Talk to you soon, Kate. Hopefully. Is it her sister? Just checking on the client. Did I mention I'm a birth doula? Who's that? You didn't mention it. How does it fit with being tugboat captain? Yeah. That's like a nurse? Well, no, I don't have any formal medical training or licensing. Just a lot of experience. I think most women who hire me mainly want someone in the delivery room who doesn't treat childbirth like some kind of disease to be cured. I mean, no hard feelings against doctors, but they have their own process and it can be pretty alienated sometimes. That's true. Actually, the whole medicine system in here at least scares the shit out of me. And to be honest, even when I have some problems with my health that I should actually check and I actually have them, it just terrifies me when I think about going there because doctors are, well, let's say they're not the nicest persons out there. And even scares me even more to think about being pregnant and to have to go through all this. And I just think that the whole medicine system has to be changed here. But well, there's a lot of shit going on that has to be changed here, so let's just continue. How does it... No, is everything okay? Everything's great. Sounds like she's ready. Some women just know. Some women just know? I probably would never have such confidence, I think. I would be always too worried. It's amazing. Others are caught totally by surprise. Yeah, that would be me. Your friend went back aboard? I don't know. He didn't mention anything about his leg. Maybe headache? Yeah, I noticed he was kind of holding his head to the side a bit, sort of drooping. Wilting? What's wilting? I thought he was tired. Oh, a day? Nadia. I'm glad you phoned. I was just thinking of you. That's so nice. Sorry I didn't call this week. I've been traveling constantly. That's fine. I visited the hospital yesterday. I went to visit Uncle Andreas. They moved him. Now he's in a hospice care facility run by some old Polish nun. Everyone says it's very nice. I asked them about visiting, and they said he didn't want any visitors. Stubborn? Yes, it's typical of Andreas. I was thinking maybe if you came to visit, he would see you. All those afternoons, you two would go drinking beers by the river. Don't you think it would mean a lot to him if he could say goodbye to you in person? I'd never make it back in time anyway. Like saying he will die too soon. And we must take him at his word. You mean like accepting that he says I don't want any visits? Maybe you know him better than I do, but I just don't believe anyone would really want to die alone. Oh, here's Mother at the door. We're going to try again to see him. I hope the tour is going well. Love you. Be careful. My sister back home. She's very depressing to me this morning. My uncle Andreas is terminally ill and refusing visitors, and Nadia is making a stir about it. It doesn't bother you? He's a bear of a man. Wild animals. It's what they do. When it's time to die, they wander off into the forest, alone. No, I said it wrong. They don't wander. They make a pilgrimage. We must always take the dying at their word. Their motivations are beyond our understanding. The older man, he's swimming back to the mammoth. No emergency, I hope? So everyone noticed it was strange. Why the hell was he swimming? Yeah. Garlic? Maybe some caffeine would help his headache. Another coffee lover. I wish I had someone bored to share. I don't suppose any of you folks are headed past the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Not on this run, but we'll be coming back to this way, I guess. Well, I may still be here then. It's no big deal. I'll just hang out and read or something until it's time to head back to work. Hey, you folks are traveling with that old guy, right? With the leg? Is he okay? Everyone is worried about him. I saw him here earlier tonight. He came to the storage facility for some files. He totally beat it on the staircase. What do you mean? Climbing it? No? He's okay though, right? I think so. I don't know him too well though. He's a passenger. Cool. Hey, I guess he is well enough to swim. Well, have a good night or morning, almost. It's pretty dark. Still dark. Listening to those tapes, recorded messages, was pretty long. That right there is Redcliffe Monuments. If you ever need a headstone carved for a loved one, I mean. Violet Redcliffe, never married, nevertheless, bore 6 children. Wow. Earl, Kelly, Barb, Ron, young Earl, and Beauty. And for each birth, she locked the doors of Redcliffe Monuments for only one day, even with young Earl, when she was in labor for 36 hours. Oh my god. I actually heard from first hand those who actually experienced it that second birth is actually going easier, especially when there's not much time between the births, like when the second pregnancy takes soon after the first baby is born. It's easier and also is going faster. Well, that's what folks said, and I met her. And I believe them. She had the unyielding disposition of a cliffside. None of the Violet's children had any desire to go into monument making. A bit ghoulish, maybe. Well, Barb was never very good with her hands. She ended up reading scripts in a call center where she only occasionally has to press a button or take down an order. Mostly she talks and listens, which suits her well enough. The run of the shop fell at last to young Earl, the only Redcliffe still at home when his mother finally passed at 82. Well, 82? It's some life, I guess. And who then had the honor of engraving her headstone. He's done well, for the most part. Craftsmanship has suffered over time. Nah, the shop was damaged in the flood several years ago. The showcase, a mock cemetery out front, was mostly washed away. Stone monuments, bobbing violently in the first torrents of the flood, eventually sank and spread along the channel bottom down river, and elongated graveyard for no human laws visited my eyeless vision adorned with indifferent wreaths of algae. I hope I pronounced it right. If a few stray stones ended up at the bottom of the lake Leith too, we'll never know. Young Earl is the last of his short line professionally, and there's nobody around qualified to carve his monument, so he's already claimed one of those at the bottom of the river for himself. Where are we? Ezra taught us a card game. Shannon, Ezra, and the old man and I stopped at the Radvansky Center to make some quick cash. Did we? Mimi, good morning. Jan, Bex isn't feeling well. Long night. Poor kitty. What are you watching? Security tape from last night. Daryl left the lights on again. Should we slash his tires? I'll leave a store note on his desk. Spare the rod. What are you doing today? What are we doing today? Right, this is weird. You know what, that old vending machine? The one that only has tomato juice? No. The old one they just stopped refilling. Remember we rolled it out onto the dock last August and some scavenger stripped it for metal in the middle of the night. Daryl cut his hand cleaning up after them and it got infected. Remember? No. Okay, anyway, the rest of it ended up in the coat room until finally Daryl was piling it into a big bag for the trash barge to pick up, and he came across this box lost behind all the junk. Check it out. This looks old. Yeah, there's a bunch of videotapes and completed questionnaires. I looked up the reference number and it's never been processed. So I guess that's what we are doing today. There's no date on it. We'll just have to make one up, unless there's some footage of a calendar or something in here. I guess these are the old tests before we started doing the video exit interviews. That's annoying. Yeah, let's see how did we do this. I'll run the tape, you interpret the questionnaire, and I'll type it up. I don't know, I realize what's going on here. The modernist bookshelf with a fancy vintage turntable. So ostentatious. So Daryl. What? That was my bookshelf. Oh no! But you, grew out of it or something, right? It ended up in the lab somehow. I keep my books on the pile now. It's easier to find what I'm looking for. Never, what shelf was that book on? Only, well, it's somewhere on the pile. In the pile. Pragmatic. Okay. Wow, I haven't seen that poster in a while. I think that was mine from college. Yeah, definitely. Alright, Daryl swapped it out in the redesign. Now it's... What's there now? Yeah, it's... That's weird. I can't picture it. I mean, I can picture the wall, but there's definitely something hung there. That's gonna bug me. Want me to go look? It's just down the hall. No, it's okay. Pretty nice. No? Okay. This should be some basic information on first control test. Subject's general disposition. Jen looks over the questionnaire document from the envelope. Question. Why are you here? Wait, why is it Jen? That's her name? Isn't her name a different one? The other passengers said we could make some quick cash taking these tests, I guess. Pragmatic. Demographic category? What's the first thing you remember? Birdcage? What? Box of a small gears? Spilled orange juice? First, what? What kind of question this is? I like this one. Immigrant. Do you think we should use the old categories or the new? Ah, right. Will the computer even still take the old ones? They're still in the menu. Okay, in that case, put in precarious. Sure. Oh, I forgot. Name? It says Marquez on the file. Whoa, Marquez, are you sure? That's what it says. Do you know her? That can't be. No, that's not her. Did she come alone or with a group? I don't know. There's an extended monitoring tape here too. We could check her on the dock when she showed up. No, definitely not. Oh, she's traveling with one of those creepy distillery guys. Him? Nah. He just looks like some old drifter. Yeah, maybe you're right. It's hard to tell in this light. Oh, it's... Wait, who's that? That guy in the hoodie. What? I've never seen him before. Really? He looks so damn familiar. I thought maybe he was a former intern or something. He's a little old for that, right? No, I don't recognize him. Sorry. You're all deja vu this morning. It's spooky. Sorry, just one of those days, I guess. Ezra stays. And then runs. Huh. I guess the old man is on dinghy guard duty. A noble assignment. So, who was this lady? Oh, right. Well, do you remember WEVP TV? No? Okay, it was a community television station. The Consolidated Power Company had to fund it as like a punishment for owning too much of the broadcast spectrum or something. Oh, they used the screen to screen your videos, right? Yeah. It was like a co-op. I did some maintenance and they gave me a slot to show my work. And they had that naked banjo guy late at night. Okay. That's too much. Yeah. That's mainly what everyone remembers. I guess their whole mandate was community expression. He was certainly expressive. Oh wait, that WEVP, the one that... the flood, right? Yeah. Damn. So Shannon Marcus, did she have a naked banjo show too? What? Shannon Marcus. Shannon is the name of it, so Marcus is her second name? I don't know, I don't remember if it was said before. What? No. Let me guess. Question: which of the following sentences best describes you? I'm haunted. She had an exercise show. No. I've never heard of Shannon Marcus. It was a Weaver Marcus I knew. She worked at the station for a bit and then she left on kind of weird terms actually. Anyway, where were we? Where were we? I also have no idea. I'm pretty damn confused. Okay, how do we rank her from the control test? Without turning around to look, please describe the following objects. Bookshelf. Damn it, I can't see it. 4 shelves. It is shaped like snake. It is shaped like transformer coil. Snake. It reminds me of a museum. It reminds me of the department. Library, obviously. Poster. I remember circles. Scientific circles. I have a poster in my car. Vintage. I like this one. A vintage advertisement for vacuum tubes. Lightning. 1 lamp. I can see lamps. It's 2 of them. No, wait. You mean maybe floor lamp? Just kind of dim. Average, I guess. Oh, thank you very much. I type in average. Okay. Okay. That's not nice. Oh, leaving the place, right? Okay. Swinging my butt. Is there any pie left in the break room? Daryl finished it off before he went home last night. Daryl is on thin ice. You're declaring enemies left and right. What? Who else? That other Marcus woman, Weaver? Didn't you? Maybe I misunderstood. I thought I detected some animosity. Oh, no, nothing like that. She wasn't the kind of person you could like or dislike, really. She was just there, and all you could do was accept her, like magnetism or gravity. Question. Please describe from memory the following objects. Sitting in the room behind you. No. Lightning in the room behind you. Fluorescence and standing lamp. Air quality in the last room in which you fell asleep. I didn't fall asleep. I don't remember where I last fell asleep. Well, this Marcus is pretty normal so far. Oh yeah, they're definitely different people. I just wonder if they're related or something. Yeah, they are. I never imagined we were having any family. But I guess everyone has some family, right? Yeah. Reading distracted. What? Oh, sure, probably. Okay, let's go on to the next test. A cat! Hi. Jan, look who it is. Oh, I miss that kitty. I forget what became of the white one. Her name is Coconut and she disappeared without a trace. Easy come, easy go? I wouldn't say easy. I had to leave food on the dog for a week before she'd come inside. She only stuck around for a month or two. You probably saw quite a lot of her. I remember you were working nights then. She was a nocturnal creature. That's right, I remember. Cat food? It's also a part of test, isn't it? No, how can you not feed that cat? Come on. Maybe test also. I mean, I could go inside that arc, or I could just not do that, walk around it. That was the shortest route, wasn't it? Wait, I don't remember this test. Oh. Did we cut this one? What's the questionnaire like? No, this is just sometimes. If I can't make it in for a few days, I might leave a note to feed the cats. For the test subjects? Wow. How do you know they'll do it? I write it on a university letterhead. Jen. That is unethical. At least I don't use university property and research equipment to make weird video art. Very well then, I contradict myself. I wonder which is the nobler transgression? Transgression. I'm sorry, I can't even. I'll settle that question. It's nobler to feed kitties. It is. They're just cute. Why do we have to enter different rooms to answer questions? This makes no sense. Oh, okay, this is before the CD players. I hope she remembered to rewind. They never did, and Daryl would be in all night, rolling all these tapes back one by one in his little Walkman. He still has that thing. He says he uses it at the gym, but I think he's just too attached to his old mixtapes. He's so sentimental, our Daryl. These tapes had sounds from my apartment building. Did you know that? Oh, I thought it was stock sound effects from the library. Yeah, the CDs are. But when it was on the tape, Daryl had me borrow a tape recorder from the music department and go collect them myself. He showed me the first draft of the questionnaire. I think some of them are still in there, like, what were you thinking about immediately before listening to the tape? My friend? After the tape ended, how quickly did your thoughts return to that object? I guess I never really stopped thinking about it. Right, I don't really get the point of that question. I think it's just there to set a baseline for the introspection index. So all the doors opening and closing Those are all from your apartment? Most of them, yeah. Others were from the basement. We have these rows of storage closets down there. None of them are locked or anything. It's just like this weird row of doors. They're not even marked or differentiated. You have to keep counts as you go and remember which one is yours. Mine is number 8. I went down there a little tipsy once, Sunday cleaning. You know, a few glasses of wine. Anyway, I accidentally opened number 9, and it was full of mice. Like for a computer, I mean, at least for a computer. They were all neatly arranged on shelves, organized by some inscrutable quality, cables tied with Velcro. The neighborhood mouse hoarder. A collector, I think. I guess he lived next door. Where did he get all these? Did he stole them? Steal? I told Daryl we should add a question, something like, while listening to the tape recordings of doors opening, if at any point you have any expectation of visualization about what may be on the other side of one of these doors, please write it down. Kitchen door? Nah, let outside. I was just curious, I guess, since it was from my building. Like, I have a strong sense of where these doors lead, just by hearing them. But is that just from my memory, or is it inherent in the sound somewhere? Interesting. You should write a grand proposal. Oh, I wouldn't want to step on any toes. You know, university politics. Oh, here's another extended monitoring tape from the waiting room. Oh no, not another one. I don't even know what is going on. I mean, these questions are so bizarre and I have no idea what they're supposed to mean. Busy night. There he is again, sleeping. Where do I know him from? It's going to drive me up the wall. Does he work at the university? Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he might have worked there a long time ago. Maybe when I was underage? The Polyolithic? I thought he looked a bit drugged. That's right, Jan. I went to college during the Stone Age. What was your major? Fire. I don't think he was a professor. Maybe staff? It's been so long. Sometimes I wish I'd just barreled through, like you did, instead of taking time off before grad school. I'm sure it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah. Or the only thing. I was such a mess. Did I ever tell you about that? My boyfriend died suddenly in my last year of college. Oh, poor thing. It's okay. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it really shook me up back then. He was studying astronomy. We were both really into experimental music. We took a few art classes together. That's so sad. How did... Sorry, never mind. No, it's okay. That's the thing, actually. I mean, that's what shook me up about it. It was just this random accident that never should have happened, and so sudden you never could have seen it coming. You never do. You have plans, you think of future, and then something like this happens, and you just can't do anything about it, because life always has absolutely different plans for you. He was back home visiting his parents and he fell off the roof. Damn. I know what you mean. I can't predict that kind of... what do you call it? Freak accident kind of thing? My psychiatrist says that's why I'm such a pessimist. Well, I think you're remarkably upbeat, all things considered. I mean, that thing with your boyfriend on the roof, but also what happened to the TV station. Acts of God. You think? No, I mean, that's what you call it. That's what you say when it's nobody's fault. Yeah. I don't think I believe in that. What? Acts of God. Yeah. But there has to be a word for when something completely shitty happens for no reason, right? I guess it's kind of archaic. First, please use the blank space below to describe your general feelings about television. If you have difficulty summarizing your emotions succinctly, what's that word, or have too many different feelings to fit in blank space, you may also use the back of this paper. I spent a lot of time watching television when I was younger. I barely watch it these days, but it's just because I don't use my TV actually. It's always my PC. But instead of television, it's just video games or videos on YouTube, or movies. So I wouldn't say that much have changed. I have mixed feelings about television just because seems like there's a lot of propaganda going on the main channels, and most of the time it's just ridiculous TV shows that basically waste your time. You were asked to watch several videos. How many of the videos did you watch? What do you mean? I watched 2 videos on the ship. Is that what they're asking me? Or it's just a random question, like it doesn't relate to anything. Then I watched all of them. Speaking of the TV station, you were saying something earlier about that other Marcus girl. Alright, I was talking about Weaver. Yeah, what exactly happened with her? You said she left on weird terms. Yes, well, so actually, she just stopped showing up. That was pretty normal. It was all volunteers, right? Community television? Yeah, people didn't really give much advance notice. They just got bored and drifted away. It was more like an art project than a job for most people. Weaver Marcus helped manage the archives, like filing and sorting old tapes of broadcasts. I think she was pretty smart. She probably could have been more help fixing equipment or something, but she seemed content just to organize tapes. Nobody ever talked to her much. So when she left, no big deal. But then a couple months later, we started getting these bizarre interventions. Interventions? You were asked to make note of fond memory from childhood and associate it with one of the objects on the table on screen. Which object did you choose? Empty bottle. Was this object present on the second on-screen table after the camera passed through the doorway? I don't know, someone would be doing a show in their normal time slot, and then suddenly the feed would cut. We'd still be broadcasting, but our signal was totally jammed. Oh, like interference? I mean, total blackout. Then this video would come on, clearly shot in our studio at some point, and it was her, Viver. She'd be standing in the middle of the studio facing the camera. That is so creepy as hell. Am I actually supposed to sit beside any of them? The video began with footage of the outside of the building and then entered the building. Was it day or night outside the building? Night. When the camera exited the building again, was it day? Night? It's a bit fuzzy in my memory. But I do remember the sound. This awful hum. Like that was how she did it. She made a hum so sinister it drove our signal into hiding. I wish I could see that tape they're talking about because, you know, I didn't. Oh no, I actually have to check every. Don't make me. The camera passed through several doors with inscribed labels. Please write down the sounds you heard as the video passed through the doors with the following inscriptions. Travel. Diesel engine. Nourishment. Fish tank humming. Yeah. Sleep. Fire burning. Then there were these on-screen captions, exactly the same every time. I don't remember that what they said, something creepy. Wow. Let me see that video. I want to see it. Come on. The video began in one room and passed through the doorway into another room. In each room, a piece of music was playing. Was it the same piece of music in both rooms? Yes. Was the music in the first room optimistic or pessimistic? It was optimistic. Was the music in the second room optimistic? Didn't I say they were the same? I said they were the same music, but then I have these questions. I'm gonna choose another option, just to confuse them. We had a title maker at the station, but it was a different font. I guess she recorded it at WEVP and then took it somewhere else to add the captions. I don't know. We all did a lot of speculating about how she made the video, why she made the video. Yeah, why not just broadcast it normally? It was community television, right? Couldn't be any worse than Naked Banjo Guy. True, yeah, exactly. Some people thought it was a protest or anything, or something. But I know she didn't have anything against the station. To me it felt kind of urgent, like she would have done her broadcast through the proper channels, but something came up, a crisis or something. Crisis. Hopefully no dinos were involved into that crisis. At the beginning of the video, you were asked to make note of the memory from earlier in the day and associate it with one of the objects on the table on screen. I already said that. Empty bottle. Was this object present on the second on screen? How often did it happen? A lot, dozens of times. It went on forever. We even thought about asking the people to look into it. But it's so hard to locate the pirate signal. I mean, it could come from any direction, you know. It's all just waves. Exactly. The camera focused on table, passed through the doorway, then focuses on another. Which object present on the first table was also present on the second table? I'm writing my... The picture was too blurry to make anything out. You should have these VCRs professionally cleaned. I'm writing my number on the back of the page. Weber's video showed up again right before the flood. Actually, I think it might have been the last thing we ever broadcast. I think I've checked everything. Now I have option to sit here. Okay, location updating effect on emotional memory. Subject is measuring near the edge of the useful range for her standard units of melancholy. We may need to reject this data. This test is so hard to interpret. They're too depressed by this point. Plus it's hard to account for ambient ennui from the last test. Can we just write too depressed and go on to the next one? Damn, this is taking a while. Daryl will be heartbroken if this is the only box we get through the day. The poor thing, he's like a paper butterfly. I would say moth. They really don't like that guy, do they? Oh look, can you read the date? Damn, I can't read it either. It may not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar up that was like years behind. I think Geralt liked the picture. You could just cut out the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. That's adorable. I think I'm going to be sick. Oh, come on, it's actually cute. You don't remember that? That's that weird intern brought it from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember. He was always like, I mean, we would make fun of him for... Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. So many interns coming and going then. I guess I didn't bother even remembering their names. I wonder who was working back when this was recorded. Is there a tape of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Before we check that out, did she flip the calendar forward or backward? It was actually backward. Backward. Yeah, weird. They usually flip it forward. Yeah, I just didn't shoot. You know, I'm playing with controller and I just felt lazy to choose another option. And flipping backwards was the first option that highlighted. So yeah. Instead of pressing 2 buttons, I pressed 1. Simple. Kitty! Oh, don't tell me you're gonna go through tests too. What's going on? There she goes. Wait, do you think... Did she follow them out? Oh, well, here's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. Are they leaving already? Thank God. Huh? Wait, what? See, told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. These other guys came to pick him up for work, maybe? I don't like how they all hang out together. It's creepy. We hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not... They're like more than co-workers. I don't know. I just get this awful feeling whether I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore. Like when they make up a dead person to look like an old photograph of themselves. Sort of familiar, sort of strange. Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that. Oh, what? Huh? What was that? What's going on? Hi, kitty. They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them. Oh, we took her with us. Yeah. Oh, somebody left a scratch ticket in this file. Sudokash. Do it. Okay. Let's see. $5. This is the greatest day of my life. Oh, wait, it's expired. Like, really expired. Damn. I'm over it. So, this has been a bit of memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect these old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver Marquez and Wise Will? I mean, and what was your boyfriend's name? The one who died in college? Charlie. Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet experience actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away. People that are gone. Gone, but not forgotten. No, not forgotten. You're right. Look at those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open-air gallery, or probably something more upscale like Alfresco Galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no roof either. Just a kind of thin cloth membrane, Not quite a sheet or a tarp, but more like a drape or of rolled out spider web, looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Everybody thinks they're inside, just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it surely does rain. Right now, they are exhibiting some intimate photographs of small-town life. Aw, small girl playing in the puddle. That's cute. She's got her back to the camera and she's fussing with something, looking at her hands. Maybe she's stuffing a message in the bottle or folding a paper boat. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show, probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. What is this? I took a nap. Ezra helped Kate forage for mushrooms. I guess I took a nap. And saw a dream? Ah, it scared me, Kate. Hey, just a quick one here. I'm going ashore to do some mushroom hunting. This little island is my favorite spot, and I figured we're already running late. That's one more unscheduled stop. I just need to find... Is that getting bright out there? I just need to find Will and get him up here to keep an eye on things. You know, I bet he's asleep. Could you run down and wake him up for me? Bunks are down in the lower level, right next to the map room. Not nap. Thanks. Fine. I guess we are going to split this act into 2 parts because it's getting too long, and I have a feeling there's more to come. Like, yeah, that would be crazy if it ended right now. So we'll probably have some time to play, and I'd like to call it a day. The game just saved, so it's good. It's a last act for the time being anyway. So it would be nice if we prolong our time in it, because I'm actually enjoying it a lot. There's a lot of stops in this. I don't know if we can call it journey right now. Right now it's more like just a road. But yeah. I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next part. Bye.